Baik, slide berikutnya. Oke, sama ada teh host pisan.
Duh, aku materi barang iki.
Hah?
Aku bukan dadi pemateri pisan.
Yo sing wingi ae. Jadi sampai sing bagian apa jenenge? Apa kuwi lali jenenge apa? Sampai preparation method ae. Karo apa jenenge? Masalah latihannya kan yakin sampai iso lah yo. Kasih pertanyaan nanti feedback saya kira bisa sih.
Sik, nek ngono aku tak pindah device ning laptop ae ning ngono. Tak metu sik yo.
Oke. verbal. It is not terrible. Kira
semester komputer aku saiki ya ndang.
saya kira mati listrik ya.
Ora ya biasalah ya.
Yang di mana?
Yuk, gas.
Wis. Miss Mars izin ya emang.
Izin.
Akhirnya kabar. Boleh gitu deh.
Natalia?
Natalia media cetok. Gue sih deh kayaknya enggak ikutnya ning speaking paling ya. Enggak tahu. Dia pernah ngajar speaking ya sih Natalia ini?
JS ngajar. Cuman dia emang concernnya ning listening saya saiki.
Oh, masih listening JS apa listening IELTS ya?
TOEFL IELTS.
Oh, no.
Heeh.
Lah aku ora ngerti kok Pak Wira iki piye. Maksudnya apakah nanti semua itu kudu iso semua aspek ataukah seperti apa enggak paham juga sih.
Harusnya kurang lebih begitu sih.
Iya kan. Tapi sing kadang yang bikin aku aneh ini Pak Agam. Kan kayak spotters kan lagi sedikit ya. lagi Siti tapi malah briefing teacher ya gitu kan. Dikira kan briefing sampean dia apa lah gitu kan. Logikanya kan ketika ada briefing itu kan pasti ada ini ya apa jenisnya siswa banyak gitu. Nah, nggak tahu apakah itu memang nanti bakalan ada penambahan jumlah siswa atau apa? Halo. Atau seperti apa? Memang agak aneh gitu. Ini nggak tahu lah. Kebijakannya pimpinan kan bisa jadi kita nggak paham ya sebagai orang yang di bawah.
Mungkin untuk long term kali ya.
Mungkin ya. Karena saya nilai kayak dia nih LCU kan ketika di briefing aja kan karena memang akan ada siswa banyak loh. Grammar ke speaking, grammar penan ya kan. Ada yang ketufel luar gitu kan. Karena apa ya Pak ya? Kadang juga sih ketika kita briefing terus nggak dapat kelas langsung itu kadang bisa jadi ketika udah lama gitu ya terus akhirnya kita lama nggak kelas pasti ngetekan meneh loh. Oke gitu sih. Ini piye ya iki lah ngene piye kayak gitu.
Ya.
Ini ono pas zamannya aku bikin briefing pernah di apa sih? Aku ngajak pernah di briefing writing. TOEFL waktu itu. Tapi kelasnya sekian lama berikutnya. Jadi bulan 2 bulan setelah briefing itu selesai. Jadi pengetahuan Pak Fadlinnya gitu kan kayak wah Pak iki piye Pak sing iki lali ke materinya Pak sing iki ya gitu aja. Ya nggak tahu sih. Tapi
ya itu mungkin ya untuk long term terus kita biar persiapannya lebih panjang lagi kali ya.
Muka-muka ya tambah rame sih.
Amin.
Startersnya entah dari mana. Ya lumayan sih.
Tapi ini aku bener-bener butuh kalau saya aku in charge.
Jadi makanya kayak Miss Lia mungkin karena dia belum in charge gitu kan. Maksudnya belum ngajar secara sepenuhnya. Jadi bisa jadi juga kayak nggak terlalu butuh banget gitu loh.
Mungkin sih.
Jadi sama kan memang yo bicaranya kudu oleh insight iki soalnya aku udah kelas gitu kan. Ya, kayak Maki mungkin kenapa nggak kasih kabar mungkin bisa jadi yang kemarin kan dia wis ikut gitu kan jadi mungkin nggak terlalu beda lah jadi dia bisa gambaran kalau Miss Maria sakit atau apa gitu nih
mungkin sakit sih cuman ya kurang paham aku ya
oke lah apa ya.
Lumayan
oke nah ini sama tak bikin co-host dulu ya jadi udah tak bikin co-host jadi lebih ke nerangin yang part 2-nya aja nih. Gitu. Nanti untuk praktisnya kita pre-memory aja. Kalau saya kira nggak terlalu beda jauh sih. Kita penyampaian materi aja yang pengen tak lihat. Oke.
Nah, itu Maki masuk.
Dirasanya tak kok.
Aduh. Pak Maki ini.
Maaf.
Kamu itu tutor terbaik loh bulan Februari kok kamu nggak masuk
Februari wow maaf aduh saya setengah sadar nih ready Pak sampai mana ini buset tinggalan jauh saya
udah selesai Pak
anjay
part 2 ini pesan
oke siap lanjut maaf hadir
ini Pak Haikal yang menerangkan ini.
Ya aku temen lah.
Iya baik kalau oke ready.
Waduh. Part 2.
Kan kemarin kita bagi 4 bagian ya, ada yang problem, disability dan sebagainya. Sembarang komen mau sampai mana untuk menjelaskannya.
Oke, saya tak boleh aneh. Oke, part 2. Loh kok sini. Nah, I'm speaking part 2 ya. Okay, let's get started, guys. Okay, let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. So, we have Mr. Mikey in this class here. So, Miss Maria is getting to right now, or maybe she has another business. So, it's going to be privately, yeah. Okay, with you, Mr. Mikey. Okay, are you ready for it?
Ready, sir.
I love it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we move to the IELTS Speaking Part 2, like this one. So, as we know that in IELTS speaking, there are three parts of the question like this one. Okay, first that we already learned it last week, and right now we're going to move to the part two, like this one, gentlemen. So, like this one. Okay, the problems in part two. Okay, the biggest problem with the part two is that candidates focus on the content. Most people are so busy trying to think about what to say, and as a result, they forget about the language content of their speech. As we have already concluded, okay, there are no marks for content. So a part two that focus on content will score quite low on the marking system. I think we think that okay, it is a good time to repeat myself here. The examiner is not only listening to what you say, he is only listening to how you say it. So means that, for example, the examiner will not focus on what the content you give to the examiner, but he is only focused about how you pronounce it, how you pronounce the content like that one, gentlemen. Okay, got it, Mr. Maki, for the brief explanation before. Got it?
Yes. Mhm.
All right. Here we go to the next part. Okay, so things to remember. Okay, I'll give you a note like this one. Okay, there are three kinds of or three aspect of how the examiner will score you in past speaking part two. Okay, for example, the first step it's going to be fluency, vocabulary, and also grammar. Okay, grammar and range accuracy, like that one. For fluency, during a 2-minute talk, it is essential to use linking words, linking phrase, and fillers. Okay, or redundant language. Okay, for example, we already discussed it for the first week or the first week. I mean, or last week we already discussed about the linking words, linking phrase, and also fillers. For example, like yeah, for example, well, actually, as you know, we know, okay, or etc. Like that one. Okay, then you can use or you can begin your speaking or your answering by the usage of the discourse markers channel. Okay, that's for the fluency. And remember, fluency it has really essential. I mean that it has a really a big impact to your speaking, but because as you know, if you miss the pronounce at once, or maybe you miss the ed ending, or maybe the what is it, the mispronunciation like that one, yeah, it has an impact in the meaning and also with what you're going to say, like that one, gentlemen. Okay, for the fluency. So the fluency it's focused on this pronunciation too. Okay, get it, Mr. Maki?
Correct, sir.
Okay. Next, okay, about the vocabulary content, or maybe that the vocabulary point. Uncommon words and idiom will significantly increase your vocabulary score. In part two, try to find words that are directly related to your topic area. Uh-huh. For example, you talk about the hobbies. Okay, what are the hobbies? Okay, so you may talk about this one, okay, by the common uncommon words, the vocabulary, and also by idiomatic words. For example, like that one. For example, like this, you say that basketball is easy for me. Better you say basketball is a piece of cake for me, or basketball is a piece of cake, or maybe that easy peasy, or etc. like that one. Okay, like that. Okay, by the idiomatic vocabulary means that it's still related. It's still a directly related with the topic in your area, like that one, Mr. Mikey. Okay, then okay, by the uncommon word, okay, you may use like for example, you say it's really the field is really big. You can say it's real large, okay, huge, or massive, or giant, or gigantic. It's okay. Doesn't matter for you. Okay, that's you can find for the vocabulary, Mr. Maki.
I get it.
Okay. Next, okay, for the grammatically, okay, whatever you're saying in part two, say it with complex sentences, and if necessary, use a variety of tenses. Okay, remember, you still remember about the three kinds of tenses like past, present, and also participle, right? Okay, we focus like that one. Present means that you explain it for nowadays, and past, you explain it for the past time, or maybe yesterday, an hour ago, or maybe a year ago, a month ago, or etc. like that one. And for the participle, it's about yes, you have already, or Not yet, like that one. Okay. Then better you say not only by the simple sentence, but better you say complex sentences. Okay, with the adjective plus, like that one. Okay. For example, I love basketball. I love basketball, which is the best or the most popular sport in USA. That can increase your point or your score in best score because your target is getting best score 7, right? Mhm. So better use that one again, Mr. Maki. Okay, get it the point. Okay, fluency, vocabulary, grammatical, and also grammatical. Okay, any question before we continue?
Understood, sir.
Uh-huh. Okay, love it, I love it, I love it. So let's practice like this one. Okay. Praktisnya jadi pre-memory atau gimana, Pak Putut? Mr. Putut.
You need to correct me, you know.
Oh,
I can
mute ya,
the
Dan.
important one when I practice, you can correct me. That's the point.
Sekalian ya, praktis nggak apa-apa.
Oke, sekalian praktis ya kalau gitu ya. Oke. Well, in our speaking part 2, okay, one important aspect to recognize is that many of part 1 topic are recycled as part 2 topics. Okay, example, yeah, part 1 topic is about restaurant. So in the part 2, you need to speak about the part 2, a restaurant, reading a book, public transport, or form of public transport. For example, like this one, Mr. Mikey. So for the speaking part 2, the question will be more specific than part 1. So you need to be focused on what the topic is going to say, is going to ask by the examiner, like that one, Mr. Mikey. For example, a hobby is a hobby, right? Okay, hobbies by a hobby, like that, or sports or by a sport, like that. Okay, later we're going to practice it. Then, 3-step preparation method for the speaking part 2 here is selecting topic, have lots of features, be expandable, include some invented aspects, okay, and also ignore the adjective. So try to limit your adjective, maybe that the usage of the adjective word. Okay, then when you are already select the topic, yeah, try to have a lot of features. Be expandable means that you are not only saying about I play basketball once a week in the field with my friend, which is who is my best friend, for example. That's one only no, but you can enlarge your idea. You can dig your idea there. Okay, so expand your idea in this part. Okay, Mr. Maki. Then include some invented aspect. Okay, for example, like that. Okay, get my point for the first step.
Got it, sir.
Then a vocabulary. Look at the following example, like this one. Topic. Okay, describe some traveling you like to do. Okay, for example, that we can get the traveling like this one by exciting, tourism, like backpack, live, or etc. Okay, attractive, opportunity, and anything. But the point is the vocabulary is still related with the traveling, maybe from the noun, or maybe from the adjective one, or maybe from the verb. Okay. Okay. Then next, the grammar point, like this one. Okay. In part 2, there are 3 basic requirements. Okay. Basic tense requirements. Some topics need mostly present tense. Yeah, because it's talking about you now. Others need past tense, maybe you're talking about your experience, and others need conditional sentence. For example, conditional sentence type 1 means that for the related with the future. Okay, present with the future. For example, if I have my own basketball field, I will play every day. Nah, that's the point. That increases your point too, Mr. Maki. When you look at the topic card, decide which tenses you need to use. Example, describe an activity you enjoy in English lesson. Mostly past tense, right? Okay. Means that it's talking about your experience. Experience basically is from your past, right? Not your now. Not only your now, I mean. It's basically from the past. So you need to mention it with the past tense, maybe past tense, simple past, or past continuous, for example. Describe a place in the city that you know well. Okay, mostly present tense because, for example, this place is quite special because it has blah 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 blah. Okay, Sidoarjo is quite special because it has what is the special thing in Sidoarjo, Mr. Maki?
Mat, sir. Lapindo Mat.
Why you say that? It's not a special. I think that it's a terrible. Yeah.
But I proud of it, sir.
You're proud of it? Okay, really? Oh my God, you must be joking in me. Okay, describe a vehicle, okay, which you like to own. Okay, for example, mostly conditional sentence and also present tense for describing. If I had a helicopter, I would be able to blah blah blah. It's what is it? Unreal condition, right? Okay. Jika saya punya helicopter, okay, if I had a helicopter, I would be able to. Well, where do you want to go? What you can do if you have what you could do, what could you do if you had helicopter, Mr. Maki?
Right. That's a great question. Okay, let me try to think in this question. What would I do if I had helicopter? One thing that I know from helicopter itself can travel us from one place to another, and sometimes we put this one as a kind of dangerous transportation. I will go traveling around the world, and the first place I would like to visit, it's gonna be great if I could visit Mecca with my family. But I have no idea, is there any regulation for my helicopter to park to the airport of Mecca, or is there any specific airport that my helicopter can park there? Yeah, I guess Mecca is the best place that I could visit to.
That's a good idea, Mr. Maki. Okay, that's great. So you can do that, okay, with the by using conditional sentence mostly, like this one, Mr. Maki. Okay, any question?
Already got it all, sir.
So here we go. Let's practice. Langsung ya, Pak ya?
Practice again. I thought it was the practicing time last time.
Langsung ya. Okay.
I'm
Then
ready.
we're gonna we're going to try to practice in a speaking part two. Okay, producing a good quality to talk. Okay, first look at the following topic card. Okay, so describe a sport that you like playing or watching. Okay, you should say what the sport is. Okay, and then how often you play or watch it. Then why you like it, and also why whether it is popular in your country or not. Like that one. Okay, I give you time 1 minute for preparation. Okay, are you ready for it, Mr. Maki?
Anytime, sir. I have no idea, but yeah, let me try it.
1 minute to think. Start from now. You may take your notes if you need. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 1 minute starts from now.
Okay. Is it my turn to answer or my preparation time?
Your preparation time for 1 minute.
So now I'm laying down in my bed. I guess we can get started. Fine.
All right. Okay. I love your spirit, by the way. Okay. So 2 minutes.
I love you, but anyway. Yeah. Sorry. I can
Yeah,
get
man.
it because your voice so drive me to be a bit. How can we mention it? Horny, I guess. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God! It's a live YouTube, by the way.
Wait. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. What the heck? What happened? Okay.
Oh my
Mr.
God! Okay, start. 2 minutes start from your speaking. Okay, here we go, sir.
Well, thank you for the question. So, to be honest, for doing exercise, doing sport, I don't want to put that one as something that I have to follow up to being the expert one. And I have no idea, can I mention gymnasium as the place for doing sport or not, but this is one of my best choice to do. And I can say that doing exercise in a gym is one sport I can do. And talking about this sport, I can do it all day long actually, but for the proper time, usually I go to the gymnasium twice a week. The reason is because sometimes I have to take a look my schedule. Is there any free or leisure time I have? So I will make sure from it. And the second time, if I have to follow some of the trainers, of course I have to follow the schedule that the trainers will go to the gymnasium. So I like to do this one. And if you ask me why you like it, I can say this one as a one activity that you can boost your emotion. Sometimes it will develop your stress. I mean, will cure your stress, and that's a good idea to do an exercise. while doing an exercise, I love to do e-sport. I have no idea. Can I mention this one is a sport or not? But I really love doing this one. Such doing a game with my smartphone, but it has to be online, of course, for me to play this game. And for the most popular sport that I know in Indonesia, especially, I can say as a football, but I don't really know well about the player, about the match that is running right now. So that's the point I can say. Only football I already know being the popular in my country. And that's the answer, Mr.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Marky. The time is enough for 2 minutes. Okay. Well, good speaking, by the way, from you. Okay. So no wonder, right? Okay. You already master in it. Yeah. Okay. So it will be easy for you to get band score 7. I say.
Really?
Yeah, I must say that.
I'm afraid I cannot afford it too much for me, sir.
But okay, so still there's a correction from me too. Okay, to maybe that you can get point score 7.5 or more. However, it can be 9. It's the perfect one. So when you pronounce something, okay, for example, the gymnasium. So you need to be clear more than you say it's gymnasium. Okay, then you say I didn't hear clearly okay before it's about gymnasium or no because yeah sometimes it's just unclear by the way for me. But correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, then by using of the alphabet of frequency, okay, better than using rather than using um rather than use of alphabet frequency like first, second, third, like that one. Okay, better you say with the linking phrase. Okay, you can be more with that. Okay, by the opening phrase, it doesn't matter for you. Then when you're speaking like that, like, because you're talking about sport like this, better you say with no pausing. Okay, because sometimes in several occasions that I found your pausing before, like it means that you are in hesitation to answer like that one, Mr. Mikey. That's for protection. But overall, it's good for me.
So I guess I can reach 4.5. So I only want to go to Australia working holiday visa, you know.
I think no, you can do more. Okay. Yeah, I must say that, Mr. Mikey. Okay, that's all. Any
All right.
question?
I got it also.
Okay, Mr. Putut sudah ya?
Oke, keren.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mikey. See you next time. Okay, have a nice day.
Mantap. Oke, fix, Mr. Haikal.
Oppo.
Keren sih. Dari awal jelas detail banget ya mereka ya.
Iya, makanya.
Kayaknya nggak ada masalah kalau mereka buat ngajar daman itu dengan model gini ya.
Kalian jangan terlalu memuji lah.
Loh, itu fakta, men. Fakta yang kamu tunjukkan sebelumnya tadi.
Itu kan Pak, tadi yang ngomong you must be joking tadi Mr. Haikal atau Pak Maki?
Saya sih salah ya.
Saya tahu itu you must be joking. Tadi aku kurang jelas. Sama namanya you must be joking in me atau
Oh salah ya, to me harusnya ya.
tadi pakai apa? In ya preposisi. Makanya tadi in atau with ya tadi kayak nggak jelas sih pertanyaannya. Kalau di itu kan pakainya with ya. Bisa
with. Maaf.
Itu aja sih. Kalau tadi saya lihat Pak Maki itu tadi juga kalau tentang ide sih nggak ada masalah ya Pak Maki itu. Ya kan.
Iyalah udah master.
Apaan?
Saya nggak tahu apa namanya. Ketika complex sentence tadi ada satu complex sentence atau klausa ya. Objective clause kayaknya kalau nggak salah. Itu apa ya tadi aku lupa ya. That we can apa gitu. Masih ingat nggak Pak Maki? That we can enjoy apa ya tadi ya?
That we can enjoy itu.
Apa tadi? Sama dia nggak bilang apa tadi? That we can.
That I can enjoy. Sport that I can enjoy.
That I can enjoy. Terus habis itu setelah itu?
Apa tadi?
Karena kalau nggak salah tadi itu strukturnya lengkap. Jadi kan kalau objective clause itu kan strukturnya nggak boleh lengkap ya. Yang hilang objeknya atau subjeknya kan pasti ya. Misalkan the person whom I love misalkan itu kan nggak ada objeknya gitu kan. karena objeknya sudah berposisi apa namanya?
Oh iya itu tadi ya.
Subjeknya gitu kan.
Person.
Atau
Oh iya.
kan the person who misalkan the person who loves you misalkan. Who loves you.
You-nya nggak?
Itu subjeknya karena conjunction-nya dia apa namanya berposisi sebagai subjek juga selain juga conjunction kan gitu.
Ya itu kadang muncul tuh. Kayaknya sih
lihat di
juga saya lakuin itu.
di kompleks sentence terutama misalnya
Di kompleks saya tulis ya.
bagian apa namanya adjective clause sama non clause ya. Kalau kebanyakan teman-teman kan pakainya adjective clause ya rata-rata ya. Tapi non clause itu jarang banget gitu muncul.
Ya pakai non clause-nya.
Yang bisa dimunculkan.
Ya, emang saya hindari.
Misalnya kalau clause saya dua itu lah, non clause adjective clause sama apa namanya? Apa itu salah
Adverbial clause.
ya gitu. Sama compound sentence misalnya sering banget di situ. Dan kalau bisa dimasukkan yang non clause-nya juga, bahkan kalau perlu reducing-nya.
Wow.
Teman-teman apa namanya kalau untuk hal seperti ini sudah piece of cake ya harusnya ya nggak ada masalah sih. Reducing terus apa peringkasan yang lain juga ya kan kayak abridgment gitu kan when apa misalkan atau misalkan ya omitting misalkan daripada pakai adjective clause yang dasar ya. Jadi semakin bervariasi grammarnya juga semakin bagus ya. Ketika menjawab, apalagi ketika menjelaskan juga tadi. Karena beberapa klausa sering dipakai selama ini kayaknya lebih ke yang adjective clause dan adverbial tuh. Itu juga adverbial yang dasar bentuknya ya. Nah kalau misalkan bisa dimasukkan yang bentuk-bentuk peringkasannya juga lebih bagus. Ya. Atau kalaupun nggak bentuk yang peringkasan bisa juga lebih bervariatif untuk conjunction yang dipakai. Gitu. Misalkan apa ya? Selain pakai because kan kita bisa pakai as, misalkan kita bisa pakai since. Itu aja sih kayaknya. Okay. Mungkin lebih bervariatif aja sih.
Thank you.
Kalau dari segi pemaparan nggak ada masalah, misalnya maju udah keren, misalnya kalau apalagi gitu kan jadi ya. Oke, masih ada waktu, Mr. Maki, you wanna try?
Siap.
Serius hari, tar.
Oke, part 2 ya, Mister.
Saya buka dulu. PPT-nya udah dikirim kemarin ya. Saya belum buka aja. Mana kemarinnya? PDF.
Yang benar tuh e-word atau advert?
Apa?
E-word atau advert?
Bentar, checking.
Terus develop itu develop atau develop? Saya kurang paham.
Evert.
Aha.
Evert. Okay. Develop.
Pak Ikal kirim di WhatsApp dong Pak Ikal PPT-nya Pak Ikal.
Kamu ini sering sekali sih. Loh, WhatsApp udah tak keluarin nih.
Apanya?
Tak kirim lewat chat aja ya.
Iya, lewat chat.
WhatsApp plus tak keluarin soalnya.
Cuma di office ya? Wih, awet banget ini, Bis. Tapi enak channelnya coba wifi ini, Chan.
Asli.
Seminggu ini gak nafis belas tuh.
Yes, cukup tahu ya gue.
Tapi saya ngomong wifi aku malah ingat sesuatu ya.
Apa Pak?
Oh kan.
Wes lah. Buka chatmu.
Itu Pak, listening Pak.
Tuh kan, ya astagfirullah.
Sebenarnya kita ngajar speaking IELTS, possible nggak sih kita kasih audio juga? Enggak ya?
Maksudnya audio apa dulu nih?
Kayak fill in the blank atau mendengarkan contoh native speaker menurutku.
Kita kupas gitu kayak dimaksud Pak.
Caranya durasi yang nggak terlalu panjang. Jadi yang fokusnya tuh ke misalkan part 3 nih fokusnya ke salah satu jenis pertanyaan toh misalkan. Nggak apa-apa dianalisa.
Oke.
Mana Ikal nih gak muncul nih?
Chat buka chatmu.
Gak muncul.
Bukan di WA, chat Zoom.
Oh chat Zoom. Oh Chan, cocok ya.
Live lu ini.
Chat sini tuh.
Oh, no deh chat.
Nempel sama ya HP ya Pak Maki?
Iyo.
Oh iya pantes aja.
Kamu muncul, perasaan muncul nih.
Punya kok dunia aneh.
Enggak, masih adaptasi sama handphone baru gitu.
Anjay. Amin. Amin.
Mana ya? Saya kirim apa hilang ada yang gue itu Oh itu. Kipa tak kirim. Neng WA.
Ini apa ya? Siapa? Grup yo api.
Nyal ku Nah, iki.
Ya wah Pak Put, tahu Kronavis belas lho Pak Put seminggu ini. Sabtu Minggu yo. Mah saman giling no peh kawen aku lu wali. Astagfirullah. Tak sikat. Tak sikat iki sih ya. Kucing. Alright, so guys, welcome back to our class. Welcome to our second part, speaking preparation, especially in IELTS. So before we begin the class, as usual, Mr. Haikal, let's begin our class by praying together based on our belief. As usual, pray please.
Amin.
Right. So let's move on to the second part of IELTS speaking. Anyway, in this IELTS speaking part 2, you are going to face different kind of tests from examiner. Here, you will get a small paper from the examiner and you have 1 minute for your preparation time before you immediately present or answer the question. And here is something that you have to focus on. The first one, the problem for all the students, they think that it's really important to share their ID, the answer, and anything about their personal information. In fact, for the examiner only try to know how can you deliver your answer in the proper way, such focusing your fluency, your vocabulary, grammatical English, your pronunciation as well. So be focused on it. Don't focus. Yeah, it's fine for you to try to share the real of information that you want to share to the examiner, but in fact, that's not the point. So the way you deliver, it's the important one. Let's move at. That's the most problem that you can conclude from this screen. And for the second one, for the fluency that I have mentioned last time, you only have 2 minutes for your answer. In fact, in this case, you have to try to reduce your filler, try to show up your linking phrase, your linking words. That's the point. But if you try to mention a filler as much as you already mentioned, such as mentioning and others, be careful about that. You will get low score for it. And the second one, you have to take a look at your vocabulary. Before you practice, it's going to be great. You can imagine about the idiom that relate about the question, that you can mention it at the time you answer the question. It's going to be great. And it will be additional point for your score. Okay, that's for the vocabulary. And the next one about the grammar, it's going to be great for you if you put the complex sentence, not only make a simple sentence. For the example one, how long do you study English? Well, I study English every day. Try to give an explanation about that one. You can use a conjunction of adverbial verb, adverbial clause, noun clause, or adjective clause in it. So you can take an example like this one. Apa contohnya? I like learning English, which I can do it all day long in a free time. You can use what we call this one as adjective clause for the exam, for your answer. Okay. And that's for the second thing that you have to put on this part 2 of IELTS speaking. Any question, Mr. Aikal?
Clear, sir.
Oh, okay, thank you. Great. Let's try to take a look. Okay, I have a practicing here, but I have additional information before you move to your practicing. Part one, you can get in general topics, such when you find restaurants for the question. But part two, you are going to make it specific restaurants, only one object. Okay, up to the end of the option, buildings will be a building. Okay, that's the point and the content in the part two. And the next one, if you can see for the step one for your preparation, selecting topic, okay, have lots of features. So try to put the features that we have done well for the previous lesson and be expandable. Okay, not only answering to the point, but try to explore more than it. Not only yes or no, not only yes, I do, but try to explain more. And include some invented aspects in example lines. In this case, if you get a topic that you can put, that you can include some of aspects such invention, and you can explain about this one. For the example, invented. I a bit miss for this point. Yeah, it's okay. Let's move back. I ignore the adjective. So never mind. Don't think too much about the adjective one that we have tried to put at the first part of speaking IELTS. But in speaking part two, you do not need to think too much about the adjective. Just keep going on with the answer. Focused on how do you deliver the answer. Okay. The next one was step two for about vocabulary. Yeah, you can prepare it. Look at the following example. Topics describe some traveling you like to do vocabulary. So you can put a few of vocabulary in your note for 1 minute preparation. So exciting, interesting, opportunity, tourism, and mountain. Okay. That's for the vocabulary you can put inside of your note for one preparation time. 1 minute preparation. For the third step, you can see that, okay, it's gonna be great for you to put 3 kind of basic sentence. It's really required for you to put on. Sorry, my cat always disturbing me. All right, let's move on. Such putting present tense, past tense, even if you want to try to put a future tense, never mind. But if you want to put conditional sentence, it's gonna be additional score for you too. Okay, if you can see for the example as additional, you can, if I had a helicopter, I would be able to blah blah blah. Helicopters are an expensive luxury, blah blah. It's gonna explain and expand your idea from this one. So being as, oh sorry, putting conditional sentence for your answer. That's for the third preparation for you. Let's practice right now. Okay, Mr. Aikal, are you ready for the practicing?
Oh, directly, sir?
Yeah. Without question, I guess. You have no question, you already understood. So are you ready? 1 minute preparation from this one?
Immediately. Here we go. Wow, that's your wife, sir?
Huh? Yeah,
That's your wife?
My wife, my daughter, and my little family.
Uh-huh.
Come on. 1 minute preparation.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, time's up. Now your turn to practice. Mr. Aikal, the time is yours.
Okay. This kind of sports that you like playing or watching, okay, you should say, okay, sport. Okay, sport that I love is football. Why I love football? Because football is so full of the emotion. I think that from football, it's not only about the game, it's not only about sport, but also it's about the togetherness and also family. Well, when you're talking about football, okay, in fact, a football is consists of 11 people versus 11 people, means that one team against one team. But okay, by the football, we can feel that okay, it's our together with the sporter, also with the sporter with the player like that one. Because I love watching football and I love playing football too as well, like that one, Mr. Mikey. Then how often I play football or watch football? I watch football every week. I love football. It's Chelsea Football Club, if I say, if I can say that, it's a Premier League, which is the best league in the world. I say that why I love a Premier League, because Premier League can be the one of the role model of the modern league in this world, whether that the league can be more very popular, okay, and that's a following like that one, okay. Then I love football because, yeah, as I said before, it's not only about the game, it's not only about sport, but it's also about the togetherness. So I love football. I love watching football with my brother, who is supporting the football too, who love the football too. Then um, I think in Indonesia, football is really popular here in our country. And we have Indonesian League, which is the best, or maybe the highest level or the highest division in the league in Indonesia. Liga Satu, if I say that one, and we have a Liga Dua too, Liga Tiga too in that level or that division in Indonesia as well. Well, you know that football can impact to anything. Okay, football can impact to anything, to any sector. For example, from the economical center, for the economical effect, and also the social effect, the social community like that one. Okay, by the community, by the supporter, by the people or the youngsters. Because of football is loved by the young age still the older one, like that one, Mr. Maki.
Thank you very much. That was great practicing, Mr. Haikal. Well, can I give you 9.5 about you practicing? You were doing
It's
great.
impossible.
I
It's
will try
impossible.
to change the regulation, okay?
Uh-huh.
10.5 for you later. So, Miss Raikal, you have done well for your practicing. For the correction, I guess, yeah. Actually, I miss about the what we call it, mark course what course marker. I forgot linking
Yeah,
phrase.
discourse markers, linking phrase.
Discourse markers or linking phrase
Yes.
that you can put for moving one point to another. I guess
Uh-huh.
it's great for you to put this one, because sometimes you immediately move to the second point. Why I like that one? While you are mentioning why I like that one, you can immediately give linking phrase. Okay. And for the next,
It's alive.
okay, football that I can food that wait. Let me think. Food that can impact football that can impact to anything. I guess you have to put something else. Something else. Bener nggak?
Mhm.
Okay. Put another's like football that can impact to every sector. It's gonna be because anything usually we put in negative sentence.
Okay.
Okay, only those I need to correct. I'm afraid if I try to lot, I get nothing. Thank you, Miss Raikal. You were doing great.
Okay.
But
Ya,
Random banget deh.
saya bingung dong ini. Aduh, saya mana sih ini?
ini gak usah di-share ya linknya ya.
Di aduh.
Ya itu. Waduh.
Oh, shit.
Linknya gak usah di-share lah kan. Buat kita.
Nggak usah diupload ya, nggak usah diupload ya.
Bisa diupload ya. Itu live ternyata banyak.
Kan Sabian baru ini kan kasusnya. Aduh, ayo. Aduh.
Jangan, saya juga malu, speaking saya berantakan.
Oke lah, nggak usah di-share. Oke, jadi Mr. Maki, oke, keren banget Mr. Penjelasan makin detail ya makin ke sini.
Oh jelas, Mr. Maki.
Cuman kadang saya masih nemu itu tadi Pak Maki ya, yang grammar tuh, I don't know why, about the complex sentence ya. Jadi saya bilang English which we can do it all day atau apa gitu ya. Jangan lupa, sama kasih objek nggak di situ, we can do it atau we can do all day tadi.
We can do all day long.
Nggak ada it-nya ya.
That we can do all day long. Nggak pakai it yang tadi kayaknya.
Ada ya. Oke. Karena
Yang itu udah saya koreksi.
Kayak agak ada it-nya atau enggak ya? Tadi nggak jelas sih gitu. Karena kan agak cepat ya tadi.
Which I can do all day.
Kalau Mas
Ada
Raikal
iya tuh tidak? Which I can do. Iya, kayaknya keceplosan sih. Which I can do it all day long. We can do it all day long.
ada film siapa, ada itunya tadi tuh ya, hitnya itu tadi. Kalau Mas Raikal tadi yang consist tadi tuh. Is consist kalau nggak salah begitu ya. Saya lupa subjeknya apa, tapi nggak salah verbnya bilang itu is consist apa gitu kalau nggak salah tadi.
Consist of 11 people.
Ya,
11.
tadi kalau nggak salah ada isnya tuh, atau saya salah dengar tadi. Bisa lagi dengar itu nggak tadi?
Nggak tahu, aku lupa.
It consists of. Saya juga keselip kayaknya enggak koreksi awal-awal tadi. Tapi awal-awal Miss Raikal mengatakan hal tersebut sih.
Dengar saya sih, tapi ya itu mungkin keselip aja sih ya.
Maaf.
Ya, not bad. Oke. Saya kira ya, oke, part 2 kayak gitu ya teman-teman ya. Nggak ada masalah sih saya kira.
Memang Mr. Maki keren ya, siap ngajar. Sip.
Karena kalau Pak Maki nggak ngajar-ngajar nanti disuruh gini lagi Pak.
Iya. Saya kayaknya itu ya gimana ya? Mr. Haikal tuh kayaknya lebih siap daripada saya. Saya biar fokus aja di listening. Kayaknya saya tuh nggak cocok di speaking.
Pak Maki ini, udah belajarnya lama kok. Kayaknya udah dewa gitu. Ya. Oke, part 2 aman ya, nggak ada masalah. Ada pertanyaan yang sudah mengajar?
Aman. Cuma besok aku kayaknya ngajar 2 jam ini.
Jam dong.
Oh, wow, lumayan ya. Oke, jadi besok kita lanjut yang part 3 dan udah sih part 3 aja besok kita beberapa baiknya. Oke. Kita bisa full team lagi nih kita. Ya, kita cukupkan. Kalau ada yang kelas jam 2 ya bisa dilanjutkan. Thank you, see you tomorrow.
Oke.